meet Dorothy from Stubblefield.
I may look like I'd blow over in a stiff wind, but don't you mislead yourself into thinking you could take advantage of me. I crossed from Ohio to Illinois on horseback in December, carrying my baby boy, George Maley, in my arms all the way. My husband, Robert, my 4 stepchildren, George and me. Oh, yeah, and 2 cows, fine milkers they was, and a wagon pulled by 2 horses. All our worldly goods was in that wagon. We brung pewter plates and bowls and cups and saucers, a 1-post bed and a trundle bed to fit under that, and frame chairs, and 6 old-fashioned split-bottom chairs, and a skillet with a lid and a very long handle, and an oven with a lid, and 3 little legs for baking bread, another cast iron pot to hang over the fire for cooking cabbage. Oh, and plenty of blankets and quilts to keep us warm. All the things you need for setting up housekeeping. A table we had to make when we got here. Here was going to be hard. We had to raise most all our food except for the meat, but the men could hunt us pork. Pigs was plentiful out here. Wild pigs, mean but tasty, being they weren't too old, but they were good eating. And we were met on the trail at the last by Adam Funk and his 2 boys. And when we got to the grove, we all moved in with Mr. and Mrs. Brock. For a spell, us Stubblefields and Absalom and Isaac Funk, who got to the grove before we did, also lived with the Brocks. My goodness, at times there was 18 of us living in that cabin. Can you imagine that? Oh, we was mighty eager to build us a cabin of our own just for our family. Well, we had us a small round log cabin with a chimney made of mud and sticks. It did us fine till Robert could build us another one, which he did. A mighty fine one it was, too. Yeah. We-uns, the Funks and the Stubblefields, come from sturdy stock, I can assure you. We all knew it was time to move on from southern Ohio to Illinois so as we could better our condition. Oh, it wasn't going to be easy. We had to cross through swollen streams and raging rivers, through all kinds of weather, mostly wind and rain and hail and cold. Oh, we knew we'd be living hard out here, planting between timber and prairie wherever there was room, fighting the weather and the critters. But we had us one of the sweetest plots of land you ever did see, and plenty of timber to shelter us from the cold, and water, and family. To have family close by, that's important. With my first baby, I determined that he and any other children I had was going to learn reading and writing and ciphering, so they could help their father and me with any business we was going into. And I didn't have much of an education, but I figured that all the children in the grove, boys and girls alike, was going to be better educated than I was, able to read the Bible. Well, we were going to have us a school. I insisted on that. So Robert and the other men built one, and those children used the Watson Speller and the New Testament as their first reader. Good lesson to be learned for everybody. Children ought to know how to spell, too, and add, subtract, and multiply, and divide. I know y'all agree with me there. And when we first got, and then we needed a church. And me, I joined the Methodist Church back in Ohio, and we joined with them when I got here. Old Peter Cartwright preached at our first camp meeting. He was called the Lord's Breaking Plow because he sure could preach. And people used to sit up and take notice when he'd call for us to all tell the truth, and so we could all turn our lives over to God and be reunited in heaven. And the first church, Methodist, of course, was in our house, which we kept up till the men could build us a place where we could all praise God without having to trip over crawling little ones. When we first got to this ground, and for some time after, we shared it with the Kickapoo, Potawatomi, and the Lanes. They used to camp out between our house and the church over on the creek. Never did know how many there were. They used to come and go with the game and the seasons. Every spring, there they'd be out in the timber, tapping the maples for sap, making sugar. And their squaws would raise little gardens just like me. And their men would go hunting just like our men. Plenty of game to go around. Wild hogs, deer, turkeys, geese, ducks, coons, rabbits, squirrels. Good eating. Yes, sir. And that horse I rode into the grove on, a Morgan. Strong, sturdy, sure-footed. Knew just where it was going, just like me. Good day to you. Gotta get back to work.